except electric lines of force. Now, so what are the basic properties of electric lines of force? What is meant by electric line of force? Electric line of force. So electric line means that is a assumed one, that is a continuous lines, that is in a electric field. Electric field in a region is represented by continuous lines. The field line is an imaginary, that is along with the positive test charge will move if left free. That means what is electric field line? Electric field in a region is given by continuous lines. Those are called electric field lines. So what is the direction of electric field line? For a positive charge, direction of field line is away from it. Next, for negative charge, direction of field line is towards that charge. For positive charge, electric field line is away from that positive charge. For negative charge, field line is towards the field line. Now, next one, for a dipole, what is the direction of field lines? What about directions of electric field lines? Dipole means positive and negative charge are separated by some finite distance. For this one, electric field lines are directed like this. So they will start at positive charge and ends at negative charge. Here also, these lines starts at positive charge and ends at negative charge. This one also, that one, same one. For a dipole, electric field lines are like this. They will start at a positive charge, ends at a negative charge. Next one. For chain charges, that means similar charges are placed side by side. Here are the positive charges placed very near to each other. Two positive charges are placed very near to each other, then electric field lines are like this. So this is one arrow mark, other one. Here there is no intersection. So for this one, repulsion is there na, for positive and positive, so that electric field lines will bend like this. So they may ask among these four, so they won't give any sign. Then select one of the following for dipole. They may ask like that. They will give these four figures without a sign, positive sign or negative sign. They may ask select a diagram for dipole, electric field line for dipole. So this is the electric field line pattern for dipole. This one is the electric field lines pattern for a positive and positive charge. If it is negative and negative charge, then same diagram but reverse these arrow marks. For negative and negative, same diagram but reverse those arrow marks, then you will get for negative charge. Next, for pure negative charge, single point negative charge, arrow marks are perpendicular lines like this. Next, for positive charge, arrow marks are like this. For point positive charge, arrow marks are like this, straight line. This is for positive, this is for negative, this one is for dipole, this one is for both positive. If it is both negative, then just reverse the direction of arrow mark. Next one. So electric field lines comes out from the positive charge and goes into the negative charge. That is the property. Property of electric field line is that is comes out of the positive charge and that will reaches the or ends at negative charge. Next one. Tangent drawn at any point in the electric field gives the direction of that electric field like this. So here electric field line is curved one. This is the electric field line. Now at this point I want to know the direction of electric field. Draw a tangent at this location. Then the tangent gives a direction of electric field at any point in the field region. Tangent drawn on that electric field line gives a direction at that location. Next one. Electric field lines can never intersect each other. Electric field lines never intersect each other. What is the reason for that? If the electric field lines intersect each other, then there will be two different directions for the single field. So electric field lines can never intersect. So that is the wrong diagram. If you intersect two electric field lines means that is a wrong pattern. Next one. So electric field lines are always normal to the conducting surface. That means if you place one surface, for any surface, electric field line should be perpendicular. So check this one. This is a spherical one or point charge, positive point charge. For this one, we are drawing like this. Now, yet surface, if you take surface, then at that surface or at that plane, you have to draw arrow mark perpendicular to that one. You have to draw arrow mark perpendicular to that surface. That is the conclusion for this point. For a conducting surface, electric field lines are perpendicular or normal. For this surface, normal. For a point charge, that may be a straight line or it will bend like this. It may bend. But for a plane surface or a plane, so conducting plane surface, electric field line should be perpendicular. Now, so here for capacitor plates, assume that these two are capacitor plates. So fields are perpendicular to that plate. Straight line we have to draw. Straight line only. Field lines are perpendicular to the plate. So for any surface, field lines are perpendicular to that one. Next, field lines do not exit inside a conductor. There is no field line within a conductor. For example, so electric field lines are like this. So this is a sphere. Now, can you specify about this sphere? Here, there is no electric field line within the sphere. Na? So outside only there, but there is no field line within the sphere. So what is the conclusion about this sphere? This is a conducting. We can conclude like this. So if it is conducting one, then there is no field line within that one. That is the conclusion. What is the conclusion here? For any conducting one, there is no field. So electric field shielding means if you want to protect any object from electric fields, then you have to place that one in a conducting object. You have to place that operators within a conducting material or conducting sphere, like that. So if you want to protect any object or any operators from electric fields, you have to place that one in a within the conducting one. Why? Because within the conductor, electric field lines, no electric field lines are there. So electric field is zero within the conductor. So that so we can protect those operators from that electric field lines. So that is called electric field shielding. What is meant by electric field shielding? If you want to protect any operators from electric fields, you have to place that one within conducting one. That is called electric field shielding. So what is the conclusion from this point? Electric field lines, no electric field lines are there within a conductor. No electric field lines are there within a conductor. Next, for a plane surface, electric field line should be perpendicular. For a plane surface, electric field line should be perpendicular to that surface. Next one. So electric field line never forms a closed loops. That means electric field lines starts at positive charge and ends at a negative charge, but they never forms a closed loop. They never forms a closed loop. For example, if you consider a positive charge, the electric field starts at positive charge and ends at a negative charge only. That will end at a negative charge. It may start at positive and that will end at a negative charge. But these will not form a closed loop. These will not form a closed loop. So always electric field starts at a positive, ends at a negative only. Next point. The number of lines terminating from the charge is proportional to the magnitude. So here check this diagram. Number of lines they are coming from a charge gives magnitude of that charge. So here for this positive charge, number of lines are more compared to the negative charge. At negative charge only 4 lines are there, but at positive charge nearly 10 lines are there. So more than 10 lines are there. At positive charge more than 10 lines are there, but at negative charge only 4 lines we draw. We draw only 4 lines. Now what is the conclusion from that one? Here lines are more at positive charge, point A. So magnitude of charge A is more compared to the magnitude of charge B. Here number of lines gives magnitude. Number of lines are there means that is having more magnitude of charge. Is this clear? So that number of lines indicates magnitude. So from that diagram we can conclude that magnitude of A is greater than magnitude of B. Next one, last point. If the lines of force are equidistant and parallel like this, then we can conclude that electric field at point X equal to electric field at point Y. If you consider 2 points, electric field at point X equal to electric field at point Y. Now, so these are not parallel like this. Other diagram is there, that is like this. Now, what is the relation between field at point X and point Y? So, field at point X and point Y, electric field at X is greater than electric field at Y. So, here at point X, fields are dense, more dense compared to point Y. So that electric field at X is more compared to electric field at Y. These are the general properties of electric field. So from this diagram we can conclude that so electric field lines are dense, more dense at X compared to the Y. So that electric field at X is more compared to electric field at Y. Electric field is more at X compared to Y. Here parallel and equidistant are there, so that electric field at X equal to electric field at Y. So these are the basic properties of electric field. These are the basic properties of electric field. Next, just go through these field lines once again. Just go through these points once again. Properties of electric field lines. Go through that one once again. Next. So next one about equipotential surfaces. Equipotential surfaces. In the term only meaning is there. Equipotential surfaces. Equipotential means potential is same on that surface. Potential is same along that surface. So on that surface, each and every point having same potential. That is called a equipotential surface. Now go through this one. So for a given charge distribution, locus of all points, those are having a same potential, is called a equipotential surface. For a charge distribution, locus of all points, those are having a same potential, is called equipotential surface. What is equipotential surface definition? Locus of all points which are having same potential. Which are having a same potential. What is equipotential surface definition? That is the locus of all points which are having a same potential. That is the potential equipotential surface definition. Now, so what about first point? Go through the first point. The density of equipotential lines gives an idea about magnitude of the electric field. So density of equipotential lines gives a magnitude of the electric field. Nothing but already we discussed it in previous slide. So at a particular place, more lines are there. Then at that location, field is more. Just go through the previous one here. So here at this location, more lines are there compared to this location. So at a particular area, here more lines are there, so that at this location at point X, more crowd is there at compared to point Y, so that at point X field is more. That is the conclusion for that one. Next, so the direction of electric field is always perpendicular to the equipotential surface. So how you are finalizing direction of electric field from equipotential surface? At equipotential surface, direction of field is always perpendicular to that one. For example, so assume that these are equipotential surfaces. These are the equipotential surfaces 1, 2, 3. Now can you identify direction of field? So that may be towards right like this. That should be perpendicular. That may be towards like this or like this. So based on if one is more, V1, V2, V3. If V1 is greater than, V2 is greater than V3, then electric field lines are from higher potential to lower potential, and that should be perpendicular to equipotential line. These are field lines. These three are field lines. So 1, 2, 3 are potential lines, equipotential lines. Now from that one we can conclude that electric field is always perpendicular to the equipotential line. Electric field is always perpendicular to the equipotential lines. Now what about direction of the electric field? Direction of electric field is from higher potential to lower potential. Direction of electric field should be higher potential to lower potential surface. And one more important point, direction of electric field is perpendicular to the equipotential surface. So that one is the second one. Next, go through the third one. Third point. So equipotential surfaces produced by point charge are concentric spheres. Now, what is the shape of the equipotential surface for point charge? That is the sphere. That is this one. Here, if it is a point charge, then equipotential surfaces are like this, concentric spheres. These are the equipotential surfaces. You need to draw exact spherical. Just I am drawing one skeleton diagram only. These are assume that these are exact spheres. So these are this one are equipotential surfaces for a point charge. So this is the diagram for that. For a point charge, what is the shape of the equipotential surface? Sphere. For a point charge, what is the shape of the equipotential surfaces? Sphere or spherical in nature. Next one. For equipotential surfaces, here V1, V2, V3, V4, V5 are the equipotential surfaces. This is the direction of the electric field, that is from higher potential to lower potential. These are perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines to the equipotential surfaces gives electric field. Direction of electric field should be from higher potential to lower potential. Next one. In a uniform electric field, equipotential surfaces are plane perpendicular to the field lines like this. So this is a uniform field. So what about potential surfaces in a uniform electric field? For example, if you consider this room, so filled with a uniform electric field. So this room mottham electric field undi. Assume that electric field is direction is from this board to that side. Electric field it nunchi it undi. Now what is the equipotential surface shape? What is the shape of the equipotential surface? That is like this board only. What is the shape of the equipotential surface in this case? Like this board. So equipotential shape ఎలా ఉంటది? ఈ బోర్డ్ లా ఉంటది అన్నమాట. అంటే ఈ బోర్డ్ సర్ఫేస్ ఈక్విపొటెన్షియల్ సర్ఫేస్ అవుతుంది. ఇప్పుడు if you consider electric field lines are directed from this board to that wall. సో అంటే ఈ మొత్తం రీజియన్ అంతా కూడా ఇక్కడ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ ఇలా ఉంది, ఇక్కడ ఇలా ఉంది, ఇక్కడ ఇలా ఉంది, ఇదంతా కూడా ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ ఉంది. ఇట్ సైడ్ ఉంది టువర్డ్స్ కెమెరా. If the electric field is directed from this board to camera, then this board is the equipotential surface. This board is equipotential surface. Is this clear? Shape. So they may ask about shape. So what is the shape of the equipotential surface of a point charge? For a point charge, what is the shape? Spherical in nature. Spherical in nature. For uniform electric field, that may be a plane like this board. So that is a shape. Next. So a metallic sphere of any shape is an equipotential surface. So metallic sphere of any shape is a equipotential surface. Next. So equipotential surfaces also can never intersect each other. Equipotential surfaces also can never intersect each other. Next one. Work done to move a point charge along equipotential surface is zero. Why? Because here potential is same, here also potential is same. Work done is nothing but W equal to Q into delta V. So Q into potential V5 minus V5. So work done is zero. Work done is zero to move a charge along the equipotential surface. So equation part for that one is this one. So if you want to move a charge along the equipotential surface, then work done for that one is zero only. If you want to move a charge along the equipotential surface, work done for that one is zero.